Exactly.
You said something that is very important. You said be positive, right? Have a positive attitude. But then again, when we're talking about the modern day stresses, there are so many stresses in your environment, in your stimuli, and I think Shahzad can also relate to it, especially for people who have families to support, right? Because they're constantly worrying about bills, utility bills, and because of the expenses and whatnot. So how to make sure that you have a positive approach when you have so many stresses?
And in addition to this, in addition to this, now imagine that for any worker who works at a utility store whose salary is 25,000 rupees.
Oh yes.
All of a sudden, you know, our sweet department has actually managed to give them, rather than 1600 of gas bill, 16,000 rupees.
Yeah.
Now, how do you, with an advance payment of 1 month's salary, how do you want them to think positive?
You have bring a very, it's a very challenging and hard point. But let's kill the problem in pieces and address it. And let me divide it into pieces.
Sure.
There's a saying that मोहब्बतें बांटने से बढ़ती हैं,
बिल्कुल,
परेशानियां बांटने से कम होती हैं,
True.
और खुशियां बांटने से बढ़ती हैं.
True.
That's right. Once you share, one of the basic reason of stress is that we are not frank enough, we are not closer to the nature to share and care our problems with each other.
Okay.
Do have sincere friends. You sit on a dabba, have a cup of tea. We last time discussed this. On a very simple, just sit in a park.
परसों सर 50,000 उधार लिए दोस्त से.
Discuss with. Acha, why you took 50,000? Let me answer that.
Yeah, sure,
because we are brand conscious. Let's don't be brand conscious. Let's bring our things back.
ट्रक के बिल देने थे सर, घर मूव कर रहा था, पहली नहीं आई थी, तो obviously I think, you know, where you mentioned, I think that the sole purpose why I mentioned this was for people to understand how important it is to have good friends.
Yes, good friends. First thing is good friends, people to share and care. 90% load is off to me.
True.
This quote was bought by my wife, let's say 4 years back. She wants to change this. Here I said no, I like this. It's good enough. Let's be very realistic in life and learn to live within our budget.
Exactly.
Acha, budget is only for the, not for the Sally Shahzad. Zara, it's not for Haja, it's not for the amounts or the money or the currency. Budget is for emotions.
Exactly.
Budget is for love.
True.
But
budget
then again,
is for care.
when Shahzad mentioned that you have 16,000 bill and you have 25,000 salary, it's very difficult to manage. But I mean, let's move on.
Care emotion तो निकल ही जाता है. लेकिन सर, you know, in addition to this.
अच्छा, इसमें थोड़ा सा मैं concept दूँ आपको. Let me, ये budget issue, utilities issue, high living cost.
True.
You're talking about the high living cost.
True.
Of course, in the inflation.
Petrol rises, inflation.
Yes.
इसका एक ही जवाब दूंगा मैं.
Sir.
Our society is moving only on one concept. महंगाई होगी, तनख्वाह बढ़ा दें. That's right. I agree. Inflation बढ़ गई, तनख्वाह बढ़ा दें.
सुन रहे हैं तो वाकई बधाई दी.
अच्छा. लेकिन उसको मैं एक और तरह कहता हूँ. I say it from another angle. Please learn to, please look through that way. That angle is try to preserve the things also.
Okay.
Curtail your things. Who has told you to leave your chula open in the kitchen even for 1 second?
True.
Once you have done your job.
True.
Why don't you put off your light?
True.
आपके वो switches आपने किस लिए लगाए हुए हैं? We are careless in that. Sorry. मैं उसमें मैं शामिल हूँ, मैं अपने आप को कहता हूँ it's not to hurt somebody. Frankly speaking, मैंने देखा कि सुबह रो रहे होते हैं बिल को, sorry, रो रहे mean they are in stress, और रात को सारे घर की लाइटें ऑन होती हैं.
True.
So try to preserve things. और the element of gratitude जो है ना, ये मैंने शुरू में कहना था, the element of gratitude gives you more satisfaction.
And I think it's rewarded in every religion. So it's not just Islam that rewards gratitude. In every religion, if you are grateful to things, to people around you, to a higher power around you, so you will always get the rewards. But now, sir, let's talk about
and very quickly, I would like to add a way. So imagine that just yesterday, because I know how important it is for you to be thankful to Allah Almighty. I know how you really need to preserve. So I had to go from basement till the rooftop, you know, at night, probably at 1:30 to switch off all the lights, because you never knew where the lights were. And I was like, you know, why?
You know the cost of living.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes, this is what it is. It's a silent exercise.
Yeah.
और मैं लोगों को अक्सर कहता हूँ कि okay, I pray कि लोगों के quality standard है और improve करें. I pray for them. But there's a suggestion to the newlywed couples and youth कि if you have 2-time breaded lunch and dinner, high cost, to bring it to one. And go for sandwich and a cup of tea from Daba. You deal with your things and adjust yourself. Learn to adjust.
True.
This is third lesson.
Yes, and I think the kind of inflation that is going on, so we are also the life teaches. The life is teaching you the hard way, either way, right? So now let's talk about the emotions, because like you talked about it, emotions.
I have 2 concepts in life, very clear. and I'm very convinced on that
Sure.
to the limit. One is we have a bank account, as Shehzad is mentioning time and again, the salary, the living and cost of living. The second is your bank account, emotional bank account. It should be filled with love, care and loving people.
तीसरे दिन लड़ाई हो जाती है
इससे नहीं होती जब जज्बात
withdrawals हो जाते हैं उसमें से
जब जज्बात सच्चे हों तो वो क्रेडिट जो है माइनस में नहीं आता
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह
अपना क्रेडिट पॉजिटिव रखें और जिंदगी का क्रेडिट पॉजिटिव रखने वालों को अल्लाह ताला पॉजिटिव से नवाज़े
And I've seen it, you know, I've seen my father and my mother do it as well. And you know, most of the time, ladies and gentlemen, me and Hajar, that's what we speak about.
Right.
You know, that's how we were raised. Now imagine that at that time when we were going to school and there were children bringing in some fancy burgers and juices and whatnot, I was taking an anda paratha and I loved every bit of it. And they gave us that confidence that how anda paratha is better than a burger. You know, I think that's what we need to do.
I just met my class fellows.
Yes.
Matric class 10th. I did my matric from Government High School, Kudemwala, Faisalabad.
Right.
It's a huge college school now. I remember that I missed that paratha and achar which I used to bring from my mother, and with a half fry egg. That was a
हाँ जी
हाँ तो अभी आज देखिए आज का बच्चा बर्गर के साथ वो ब्रांडेड
nuggets and all of these very
he's
instant,
not
yes,
still happy.
cooked,
True.
yeah.
True, he's still not happy because you know they're getting it because we have to ask it for na. But sir, now I'm going to connect it back where we started. Now imagine that we spoke about how there needs to be this gap which needs to be filled in with communication, obedience, sit down, you know, listen to them or whatnot.
एक और स्लोगन है
Sir.
यूथ के लिए
Sir.
इसी आप चूंकि गोल पोस्ट बता रहे हैं ना नेक्स्ट गोल पोस्ट इज पेशेंस
Yeah.
यूथ को मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है पेशेंस अगले की पूरी बात सुन ले बेटा
Exactly, and that's what Dr. Saab is kind of requesting over here, that you know that we really need to go on with patience. And patience is a talent as well, by the way.